and I'm about to just blow your minds. You ready? Okay, let me make sure I can still see chat real quick. All right, fire. Nice. Okay, I have a full. Can you guys see my screen? Actually, let me do this one more time. I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna share again and do chat again. Okay, can you guys see my screen now? Second time. Okay, beautiful. Amazing. All right, cool. I'm not trying to not waste your time. I want to talk to you guys, but I want to make sure we're conscious of time here. So let me go through this. My name is Eric. If you don't know, Eric on YouTube. I have had the pleasure of doing YouTube for like 2 years and 11 months, almost 3 years now. I'm counting like I'm like, 3 years old still. Like I count how old I am by months. But yeah, like 3 years now of doing YouTube. We just hit 10 million subscribers, which is wild. Some of you guys in the chat are probably subscribed. And it's been quite a wild little 3 years. And so I'm excited to sort of like explain a lot of how that happened for you guys. Try to help you guys out. And then I'll talk a little bit about Creator Now as well. So I'm going to go through this with you guys. First thing to talk about, let me see if I can work technology here, is to welcome you guys to Creator Week. Give me applause emojis in chat. Applause emojis in chat. I can't continue until I see applause emojis in chat. Yep. All right, there we go. Fire. Yep. Okay, cool. Welcome to Creator Week. Over the next 7 days, you guys are going to be getting live workshops a lot like this by some of the greatest content creators in the world, some of my smartest friends. Basically, sent a text out to all my smartest friends in content and was just like, hey, are you guys down to basically host 7 workshops for free for the aspiring creators of the world? And they were all like, yeah. So that's the poster that you see here with myself and then all these guys on there. So we're all super pumped to be helping you guys out this week. And over today, all the way through Saturday of next week, we're going to have a workshop every single day, basically helping you guys go from aspiring creator to full-time creator. That's the goal. And get you a little bit more familiar on what Creator Now is. So just to give you a heads up, tomorrow we're going to have Michelle Carr, who I love. I was just shooting with her yesterday for a Streamies video. And then 2, we have Kelly Wakasa the day after that on Sunday, who is a god tier YouTuber, phenomenal edits. You guys are probably familiar with both of them. And they're going to be doing live workshops just like this where you guys can ask questions and stuff like that. Okay, so to give you a little bit more insight on exactly what Creator Now is, my vision with Creator Now has been to build my own version of film school for the next generation of creators. To make it simple, the first year I did YouTube, so in 2020, I went from 0 to 1 million subscribers in a year. And throughout the year, I took notes on everything that was really hard and difficult and frustrating about trying to become a creator from nothing, from just being a completely normal guy on the internet to a 1 million subscriber YouTuber. And I packed all of that into Creator Now. And Creator Now is a very different thing now than it was in the beginning. But the goal was to build a platform and a community that I wish that I had when I first started making videos. It gives me chills to say it now too, because you guys are all here. And we have such a phenomenal community inside of Creator Now. But that was always the goal, is create a world where it's not so hard to get the information you need to become successful on YouTube. That's the goal. And create a platform and a community where people can hold each other accountable, because that was a huge part of my success, was finding other people who wanted to be YouTubers and talking to them every single day and learning from those guys. And finding a group of friends who we could all sort of build together. And now we're all YouTubers, which is super cool. But yeah, this is me at the bottom right here with 0 views. Pretty funny, good times. So that's why I started Creator Now. I already said that. Over the past year, we have built the strongest community of creators on the internet. That's facts. That is no cap, as one might say. To give you some analytics to back this up, I actually saw this morning, kind of blew my mind. Oh yeah, here we go. Actually, yeah, wait. Oh yeah, here we go. In the past year, this is crazy, we have helped 2,000 creators achieve over 40 billion views on YouTube alone. Insane. Over 250 creators have been able to start making money from creating content on YouTube inside of Creator Now, which is sick. And then over 50 creators have successfully turned content creation into their full-time job, which is that's the goal. It's actually, these stats are actually like mind blowing. It's pretty crazy. It's funny for me to think about the notepad that I took notes on of like what should be taught to people and help them become creators, and then to see these numbers actually like play out is pretty wild and super inspiring. And I'm excited for you guys if you're not familiar to have the opportunity to look at this stuff. For example, I'm going to show you a couple examples here. I have my friends Jenny, Daniel, Soup Timmy, all of these guys were in Creator Now. So Jenny grew from 20 subscribers to 200,000. My boy Daniel Wall Music, I love this man, went from less than 1,000 subscribers to 760,000 subscribers. I think I saw him in a picture with Coldplay the other day. Man's really made it. Man really got out the trenches. You know what I mean? And then we got Soup Timmy, who went from 0 subscribers to 1.8 million subscribers. Actually insane. These are actually insane numbers. And it's crazy for me because I remember all of these people coming into Creator Now and having like 20 subscribers. So it's crazy to see all of them with like check marks and tons of subscribers, and they're all like legit full-time creators now. Crazy. Can't forget these guys too. You thought I was stopping there? Not going to happen. We got Ellie Marie TV, a few hundred subscribers. She has 100,000 subscribers now. Manuel Boza went from 0 subscribers to 160,000 subscribers. You guys might recognize him from my recent dating video. Man really made a come up on YouTube, but not so much with the ladies, unfortunately. And then we have Tyler here, who was actually season 1 MVP of Creator Now, and he has now become one of my best. I wish I could zoom in on this. He's become one of my best friends. Me and Tyler are broskies now. It's actually pretty crazy. So yeah, these are a few people who have made it. I'm gonna look at chat real quick. What do you got? Tyler's a legend. I love Tyler. He's a sweet boy. I'm trying to find some creator friends. Yep, you're in the right spot. Eric has the best mustache. Thank you. Every time that I take a poll about my mustache, it's just split 50-50. Half the people say to shave it, half the people say to keep it. So I just keep shaving it and then keeping it. I don't really know what to do. What do you guys think? Eric, what's the pizza party looking like tomorrow? Lit. See, I mean, right now I'm looking at the chat and it just says shave, keep, shave, keep, shave, keep. It's just not good for my mental health. For you guys, there's just no decision to be made here. I don't know how to please you guys, you know. Number 1 mustache, please God shave it. It's not good for me to have both of those comments back to back like this. It's not good. Okay. Anyway, over the last like year and a half, 2 years of running Creator Now, we have heard from so many of you that 6 weeks was not enough. So basically, Creator Now in the past has been a 6 weeks boot camp of getting people on-ramped onto starting to make videos. We've heard over and over and over again that 6 weeks wasn't enough. We've had a ton of surveys from the community asking us to make the boot camps longer, to make the platform bigger, and to add more people to the community. So we listened. Let me present to you something very special, people. Creator Now is evolving from its previous 6-week cohort into an ongoing community that helps creators grow their channels all year round. That's right. Give me applause emojis in chat. I refuse to continue until I get applause emojis in chat. I'm just not going to continue. I just won't do it. I'll just end it here. I will just end it here. Yeah, okay, great. This is sick. This is actually crazy. So instead of just having 6-week cohort, this means that you can year-round belong to a community of people who are all aspiring creators, who are all trying to become full-time creators, or are full-time creators that you can learn from, along with access to live workshops like this with people like me who are actually like reading the chat and actually helping you guys, like answering questions IRL. Usually the chat's not this insane inside of the community. So I can usually answer questions a little bit better, but yeah, that's the situation. Super, super cool. We're really excited about it. And because you guys are here, I'm giving you all a very special discount opportunity to become a founding member at the end of this, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Very exciting though. This is, there's actually some really cool things that come with founding members. With a founding member membership, this is the only time that that's going to be available is from here until the end of the month. And there's some really cool things that come with that that we really thought hard and long about. But before we do that, I'm going to actually try to teach you guys something, okay? That's the goal. Maybe drop a brain emoji if you guys want to learn something for once. You guys probably spend a bunch of time in school, haven't learned a single thing, man. I'm about to freaking teach you guys something for the first time. Brain emojis everywhere. Okay, now I want explosion emojis. I'm gonna see how fast I can just warp this chat. Explosion emojis. Yes. Umbrella emojis. Umbrella emojis. Umbrella emoji. Does that exist? Please say it exists. Please say it exists. Please say it exists. I haven't seen an umbrella yet. Yes. All right. Okay, this is too okay. All right, I said I was going to teach you something, and then I did that. So I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. Thank you for all these umbrella emojis. You guys are very versatile individuals with really good access to emojis. Okay, I'm going to jump into this now. Okay, knowledge time. I'm going to teach you guys something for this first time in y'all's lives. Here we go. I'm going to go over the journey from 0 subscriber. Basically, there's three parts to this little presentation I'm going to give you guys. And at any point, you can ask questions in chat. If I see them, I will be happy to answer them. We're going to go through, let me make sure this is the right, yep. Okay, so basically 2020, I went from 0 subscribers. Nobody knows who I am at all. I'm just normal guy doing my thing over in North Georgia, to 1 million subscribers in 2021 to 10 million subscribers in 2022. So I'm going to show you guys the game plan on exactly how that all happened. And I'm going to show you exactly like the behind the scenes of how I was thinking about making that possible. Jenny just spammed the most amount of pizza emojis I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay. And this is what this presentation is about. I'm going to show you how you can do this little thing too. With the right ingredients, you can also replicate this entire process. I'm going to show you how. Okay, we're going to go through there's basically 3 columns, 3 sections to this presentation. And just so you guys know, for Creator Week, as we're going through the rest of the week, this is the type of presentation that you guys can expect throughout the rest of the week from all these other creators, which is super cool. Number 1 is the singular grind of going from 0 to 1 million subscribers. That's like its own little category. It's like going from zero, nothing existing, to creating something that does exist all of a sudden is a monster of its own. So I'm going to go over that in its own little world. Then second thing is format. So what's the format of the videos, everything like that. And then number 3 is mastering the craft. So we're going to go through all 3 of those sections. Don't know who this guy over here is, but apparently he is a master of the craft. Found him on Google. Maybe give me like a saw emoji or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to go to the next one. So the 0 to 1 million grind. This is proof basically of starting at a true 0. When I say that I was starting at 0, I really meant I'm starting at 0. So you can see here on Instagram, I had like 900 followers. On YouTube, this was actually an older screenshot where I had 525 subscribers, but I actually started YouTube like grinding in 2020 when I had like, I think I had like 39 or 50 subscribers or something like that. So this was a little bit later, like after I had posted a few videos. And then on TikTok, you can see here I had 21 followers. So legitimately, you can see here, I was actually like at 0. Like this was not like, oh, I have a TikTok following and I moved over to YouTube. I'm like completely actually at 0 on social media, period. This is my buddy Doug. And I have no idea who Doug is, but he had more followers than me on Instagram, and he has absolutely no content. So that's just because the show, I didn't really have a lot going for me on Instagram. Maybe give me like a heartbreak emoji. I feel like you guys are like the music behind what I'm doing with these emojis, Yeah, good old Doug had more followers than me and literally hasn't posted anything. So yeah, heartbreak emojis. This is like sad violin music, you know what I mean? Then people say a lot of times when I'm telling this story, but you had money, right? You had some funds to throw into the old YouTube game, right? Yeah, of course I did. Not. Got him. Okay. This is literally me with so much debt and absolutely no income. I actually had $10,000 in credit card debt. I had an SBA loan of $20,000, and I had a failing wedding business that was literally losing money by the day. So I was just a walking liability, basically. I like to call it like my down bad horrendously stage. SBA, somebody said, what is an SBA loan? An SBA loan is, it's basically a government loan with low interest rates. I could get into like the nerdy stuff, but it's basically a really low risk loan that the government will give you when you need it. All right. So my point in all of this is, even theoretically, right? If I went from 0 to 10 million subscribers, even if you only follow 1% of this presentation, you will still get 100,000 subscribers in the next year. Also known as the shiny silver play button, right? Well, applause emojis. This is where the music comes back. We got like happy music now. Yeah, happy music, applause. Yeah, let's ride. All right, cool. It's actually kind of crazy. It feels like the music behind what I'm saying. You guys are like setting the tone for the chat. Okay. So yeah, so 1% of 10 million subscribers is still 100,000 subscribers. So even if you follow 1% of the presentation, theoretically, you should still get the 100,000 subscribers in the next year. Was my quick math that I did. I don't know. Don't run this by a statistics teacher or something, but you know, a couple things that I did have in my bucket. Get serious here. I had passion. So I was really passionate about YouTube. I've been making videos since I was a little kid. So I've always been super, super passionate about YouTube, the platform, making videos on the internet. It was always something that I was really passionate about. Like I used to like talk to my parents about commercials all the time, and I was just like captivated by video. So I had a huge amount of passion for what I was doing, which I think is necessary. I'm very resourceful. To this day, I'm very resourceful, meaning if I have a problem, I'm a solution-oriented human being, and I'm open to finding solutions in hard situations. These are important traits I think you have to have in order to go from 0 to 10 million subscribers in 2 years, 3 years. This is actually, so when I say resourceful, I have this diagram that I show people sometimes. I call it the rat in the box method. Let me know if at any point this is confusing. This is like all just stuff out of my brain. But basically on the left here, you can see this rat, right? And so the rat, theoretically, just imagine, okay, so in this world, I'm the rat, you're the rat, right? And you're trapped in a box. So you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, and you have to figure, you're either going to die in the box or you're going to find a way to get out of the box. Those are like the two options, right? That's like pretty straightforward. There's two options on what you can do there. Resourcefulness is when you, the rat, basically, you know, if you look at this box, there's a bunch of random items in this box, right? There's a bunch of random stuff. And the rat can either die in the box or figure out how to use the things in the box to get out of the box and move on to the next thing, right? Hit some rat emojis in the chat real quick. Just rats, just the dirtiest rat emoji you could possibly find. You guys are already on it. I literally didn't even get a rat out of my mouth, and you guys are already spamming rat emojis. We're like synced up. Okay, so you can see on the right here, right? This rat has figured out how to stack all of these things on top of each other and resourcefully built a way to get out of the box where most people would find no way and be stuck in the box forever, right? This is resourcefulness. This is how you break out of having 0 subscribers. Basically, there has to be a breakout moment, and you have to have this sort of resourceful mentality in order to go from 0 to 1 million subscribers, which is what this section is about. To give you a more visual option of this, I'm going to show you guys like what my rat in the box was. So this is going to look like a very random collage of things. I'm reading some of these are pretty funny, but they actually turn into something really meaningful. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So my rat in the box was, I love YouTube. I was super passionate about it. I had this interest and a hobby of sneaking into places, which was, I would do that off camera. It was just a fun thing that I would do, which I think is a really interesting thing that you guys should press into. Like, what would I do for free? Like, what do I do for fun with my friends? Or like that could also be turned into content. So I did those two things. I lived in the city of Atlanta. I owned a boosted board that I would use to get around everywhere because I couldn't afford a car at the time. And I was single, so I had no liability outside of myself. My decisions didn't affect anybody else other than myself. And I had camera experience. So like I had been making videos since I was a kid, basically, is what I mean by that. And this seems super random, but I'm going to show you sort of like what it turns into. So this is how I use those resources. Number one, made a video. So I basically turned all that random stuff into viral bangers that the internet would love. That was my goal. Like, how do I take what I have around me right now and how do I turn that stuff into viral videos that the internet would love? Number one, I did a video with the boosted board that I had. I rode a skateboard across the entire state of California. Video has 800,000 views now. I remember that being the first video to like really get some views. Sneaking into the real Hawkins lab. I lived in Atlanta, 5 minutes away from the Hawkins lab place, where they're filmed in, where it's like where Stranger Things is filmed. Maybe give me like a monster emoji for that, for Stranger Things. I'm just throwing stuff out at you guys at this point. And then I spent 24 hours in the real Stranger Things town. So I filmed both of these videos in 2 different days, specific to Stranger Things. And then that video got 3.2 million views in 3 days. That's actually pretty crazy looking at these, because these videos didn't get a ton of views at first. But all of this stuff was like free, technically. This is all stuff that I just had around me. And I was just constantly thinking, how do I make this stuff work for the internet? Sneaking in, I made an entire, I have like 9 different sneaking in videos. It's a series on my channel. We got 7 million views, 3.5 million views, 2.7 million views. And then my knowledge of YouTube paid off here, where I did this couch series, which some of you guys might remember, where I bought Logan Paul's couches because I saw him make a video about it. And I understood fundamentally that on the platform, something like that would work. Sounds like a crazy idea outside of YouTube, but on YouTube, that idea was genius, because I was addicted to the platform and loved the platform so much, I understood why that was going to be successful. So I do that basically for 52 weeks, nonstop, every single week for 52 weeks. I make sure I make the craziest video I possibly can every single week. And at the end of the year, I strand myself on an island with 200,000 subscribers left to go, and close the gap from 800,000 subscribers to 1 million after 6 days of live streaming myself live on the island, which was pretty crazy. So yeah, that's basically how it all happened. We hit 1 million subscribers right now. Give me applause in chat for that boy right there. You can see my boy Mac just absolutely losing his mind here. Dude can't handle it. Bro literally can't believe it happened. Bro's just happy to leave the island and get away from me, you know? Yeah, this is beautiful. This is like a highlight of my life right here. This is a beautiful moment. What I will tell you, the first 1 million subscribers feels better than 10 million subscribers. This was like a crazy experience. Anyway, so the last thing, like I said, was commitment. So I did 50 videos in 1 year. So every single week, I did not miss for 50 weeks in a row. I think it was more. I think it was 52 weeks, but basically 50 videos in a row consecutively. I did not miss a week. I made the craziest possible videos that I could. Yeah, and so those were sort of the character traits that it took to go from 0 to 1 million, and the ones that you should foster in yourself to go from 0 to 1 million. And the other thing going to 1 million is momentum. So it takes one video. It takes one video working for your channel to blow up and for your life to be different for forever. So like you'll see here, like you can see, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but all the way to the left here on this graph, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but there's like this little blue bump. So you can see basically over this flatlined period, I'm uploading videos consistently. Like I'm uploading videos every single week and nothing is happening at all. Literally nothing is happening at all, right? So I'm like making bangers, bro. I'm like literally pumping out bangers and nothing, like these videos are not getting views at all because YouTube doesn't know to show them to anybody. But eventually, you can see on the right side of the graph a little bit right there. One video starts to pop off and then I get a little bit of traction. And then I consistently upload video every single week that's getting better. And then the next week that video pops up a little bit more. And then the next week I get an even bigger growth. And then like over the course of literally like 2 or 3 weeks, I go from getting 0 views or like 100 views a day to like hundreds of thousands of views a day. Because what happens is once your first video starts to get views and YouTube starts to recommend your channel and see like, oh, these like people like these videos. Like if I recommend this video to somebody, they watch it for a really long period of time. Like a random person will watch it for a long period of time. They'll start showing all your videos to those people. And now all of a sudden your entire channel blows up in like a moment because you have all these backlog bangers just waiting to get views. There's actually a DM from a fan that summarized it better than I think I probably could. He said, I found you on TikTok, then subbed to you on YouTube at 8,000. I respect your hustle 100%. You're a businessman above all else. Using TikTok to post clips, grabbing attention, and gaining a fan base large enough to get you to pop up for people on YouTube. And after you did that, you took the opportunity to make a big video, which will grab a lot of attention and the off chance of being on Logan's team. Then proceeded to get noticed by the public and popping up on people's recommended, boosting your views while maintaining a family-friendly vibe to boost CPM. All respect. Which is pretty funny. It's like weirdly accurate that he observed all of that. And I feel like that's just like the best, that's the best summary of this entire thing possible. So You guys can see it here on the back end on my social blade. Like once it starts, what did I type here? Once it starts, it's easier to keep. Oh yeah, once it starts, it's easier to keep going. So basically what that means, it's compounding. So it's like a snowball effect. Like once you start getting subscribers, once you start getting views, it's a compounding effect of like, it's easy. Basically it's easier. The hardest part, what I want to encourage you guys with is going from 0 to 1,000 subscribers is significantly harder than going from 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. And then going from 10,000 to 100,000 is significantly harder than going from 100,000 to 1,000,000. So it gets easier as you go, if that makes sense. And I would always say that back in the day to my girlfriend Hope, like I remember specifically a moment having 700 subscribers and being like, this is the hardest part. I would always say that. I was like, this is the hardest part. This is the hardest part. This is the hardest part. Because like getting to 1,000 and getting like trust from people, like nobody's going to subscribe to a channel. It's hard to get people to subscribe to a channel with like 50 subscribers. Like it's so hard, man. But you have to grind it out. And once you get to 1,000, you have a little bit more trust. And then you get to 10,000, you have a little bit more trust. And 100,000, people really trust you. And 1,000,000, and it's like nobody doubts you. And it's a compounding effect. So this is how that works. Same thing with views as well. The second column to go over. So that's the 0 to 1,000,000 grind. Those are, I just want to summarize. Those are the qualities necessary to invent something from 0 and make something happen. If all that makes sense. I'm gonna try to answer some questions real quick for you guys. But it's hard to get people to your channel if it's not recommended. Yeah, that's 100% true. That's what I'm saying though. You have to consistently post videos that like YouTube, literally it's dumb for them to not recommend, like things that are relevant, things that people naturally care about. Like my goal when I was first making videos was always make a video about something that people already care about. And then my job in the video is to make them fall in love with me. Like that was always the goal. What about stuff in certain niches like gaming? I mean, bro, gaming's the biggest niche on the entire platform. My boy Dream's pulling 100 million views a video right now. It's huge. What about smaller niches where the highest subscribed to channel is 2 million? It depends on your goal. Like 2 million subscribers is a lot of subscribers. Like there's a lot of people that are, I mean, I don't know what your actually goal is, but like, for example, like I know people with 1 million subscribers that make more money than I do. If you're looking for money, because like they say the riches are in the niches. Like there's a huge opportunity to go become a full-time creator in niches. I'll look for one more here. Posting videos trying to make fans fall in love with you hurts your mental health. Thoughts on that? I don't agree with that at all. I actually don't agree with that at all. I think the goal is just to be likable, right? Like you're just yourself. Like the goal is to just make people be a likable person. And like, if you're not a likable person IRL, then that's a separate conversation. But like, if you're yourself and you're a likable person, then I don't know. I don't really know what the effect on mental health is on that. Or maybe I don't understand the question. If you have a channel name that doesn't come up in search, what workaround is there besides changing the name? Search views from search basically are like the smallest percentage of the pie graph when it comes to like getting views on my channel. It's all from like YouTube recommendations, like homepage YouTube, stuff like that. Like having a searchable channel isn't actually important at all. Do you read your IG messages 100% of the time or to someone else? I don't read, nobody reads them except for me, but I don't read them 100% of the time. As you can imagine, I would just stop making videos if I had to do that. Okay, I'm gonna go to format. I'm gonna move on to the next one. So format. Now, imagine you've gone from 0 to 1,000,000 subscribers. The next goal is that's like an explosive come up, right? It's just like it's just like throwing things to the wall, seeing what sticks. The goal after that is to stabilize and like create format, create consistency without having to like kill yourself and make yourself like burn out basically. So that's the goal. So format will help you do that. So now you're basically living vicariously through me. So I'm at 1 million subscribers. Now it's like time that I find formats. So in 2021, after hitting 1 million subscribers, the questions that I asked myself were, what videos did the audience enjoy the most? What videos did I enjoy making the most? And which videos built the brand in a way that I want the brand to be built? What is the team that I need to make this whole YouTube thing sustainable? and which videos can I create consistently? So those are the 5 videos that I asked myself and sort of created the guiding light for the year. There were 3 things that came with that. Number 1 is experimentation. I think especially even now when I have 10 million subscribers, my goal is to experiment because my goal is to grow. It's impossible to grow and learn new things if you're not actively experimenting and okay with taking L's. Like, you have to be okay with taking L's if you want to grow on the platform and create new formats. So, and then the second thing was creating baseline viewership. So I put this video here because it's actually like one of our worst performing videos. It's Could You Survive on Mars? It was like a horrendous failure of a video, but it's totally like it's totally fine with me. Like, I'm not worried about it. Because basically what I'm trying to show here is basically it's a failure of a video, but it still has 4.3 million views. So that means that I basically have created baseline viewership. And the way that you create baseline viewership, like people coming back to your channel every single week to watch videos. That's how you create a baseline of people and you create consistency, basically, both for yourself and for your business. So creating baseline viewership, and then basically assessing what's your risk ratio. My risk ratio, very high. Like, I'm totally okay with taking an L. I'm totally okay with a video not performing well, because either way, it's going to teach me and I'm going to learn something from it. Good visualization of this. I have 2 people here. So I have PewDiePie and then I have Tyler Oliveira. So on the left, you'll see PewDiePie. So this guy, basically PewDiePie, the guy's retired, you know what I mean? But he makes like, he has like 9 formats, and he does the exact same types of videos over and over and over and over and over again. Very dependable. I put down here like the math on it. It's like 90-10 ratio. So I always talk about the ratio. It's like the risk ratio. Yeah. So I always talk about this ratio. It's like what percentage of your videos are experimental and what percentage of your videos are ones that you know are going to perform. So like PewDiePie's is 90-10, like 90% dependable content he knows is going to work every single time, 10% experimental content that he might try something new. You know what I mean? That's fine. He has 111 million subscribers. The dude's super consistent. He's basically retired. He doesn't need to be taking risks right now. He's fine. Tyler Oliveira, one of my friends, I think he is a crazy person. So I would say that he's like 20-80. Like, he has 20% dependable content, and then 80% of it is experimental. And you can see it. Like, he has so many different types of videos. Like, I built a real house using only Minecraft tools. I opened a secret fight club inside a porta potty. I survived 69 hours using only Spoon. I survived 50 hours inside of an active volcano. Like, random, crazy video ideas. So yeah, he's really interesting in that way. But I am definitely more on this Tyler side, especially when you're trying to grow and when you're trying to build an audience. You have to have risk tolerance and be okay with taking L's. I'm going to skip that one. So this to clearly communicate, this is what my risk tolerance looks like. This is what my risk tolerance looks like. Basically, like, in this year, right, during that last year, we did like, I tricked Bill Gates into stealing a $1 bill, busting 100 minutes in 24 hours. What happens if you hire 50 bodyguards? Very similar to Tyler, like all different videos across the board. But what I'm doing here is trying to find formats that work consistently. Like, are these videos that I can consistently make that work? And I'm just experimenting with things. And the big thing is, outside of risk tolerance with videos, in my opinion, to secure a long-term career on YouTube, you must be responsible for setting the trend. So what I mean by that is, like, I'll actually go over this more later. I think I have another slide on this, but to secure a long-term career on YouTube, you must be responsible for setting the trend. So instead of copying other people's videos here, instead of finding what's working on YouTube and then just doing a slightly different version of that, I'm like actively trying to invent new things, because that's what it's important for me to do that in order for me to achieve my goal of being like the greatest YouTuber to ever live. Like, I have to be responsible for setting the trend. You know what I mean? Super important. That's how you secure a long-term career. Like, you can temporarily chase trends, like really like topical trends. You can temporarily make a viral video here or there, but to secure a long-term career on YouTube, you have to have a reputation of bringing new, interesting, and innovative content to your audience consistently. I think that's super important. Because of those three things in 2021, you can look at the growth here. We see this like extreme growth curve. I uploaded 47 videos that year. You can see them all right here. A little bit less than the year prior, but a lot better videos with insanely more views. A huge learning curve for me. So that was the end of 2021. Crazy. Maybe give me some applause in the chat. Just give me a little pat on the back. You know what I mean? I just need some self-assurance here. Oh, dang it. I was actually going to read some. Okay. Are you able to share your editing strategy so that we can implement your video and make our video retention better? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not like a retention hacking person. Like I'm not like looking at retention graphs like all the time. I would not. The retention thing to me, it feels like a little bit of a cop out if I'm being honest. Like I think that the retention hack is to make phenomenal videos and tell really, 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 really good and interesting stories, and people won't click off. In my opinion, it's a pretty straightforward. Process. Will you ever do self-improvement videos? Probably not. I'm not really passionate about that, but hopefully, like through this kind of stuff and through themes in my videos, I hopefully get to positively impact people still. Sir, I tried consistently posting for 3 months with proper marketing strategy. So with 50 subs, I usually cross 1K views, but people don't sub. That's the biggest problem. I was a gaming niche, by the way. I'd have to look at the channel specifically, but first thing, I would probably ask people to subscribe. And second thing, you probably, the videos probably need to be a little bit more innovative or something like that. Those would be like the first things that I would guess at. Thoughts on music content on YouTube? Banger. People will rewatch a music video 100 times. So you'll get 100 times the views that I do. How do you build confidence in yourself while filming? That's actually really interesting. It's like a muscle. Like if I don't film for like a month, it's weird. I get back in front of the camera and I'm like off. Like I have to like spend an entire day filming and warming up to like get back into it. So dude, I'm definitely an introvert naturally. I have to like really get into it to hype myself up. It's definitely a muscle you build. Like spending time in front of the camera makes you comfortable. Spending time in front of the camera. It's just a process. Thoughts on driving traffic from TikTok to YouTube long form? I actually don't think you have to do that anymore with shorts, dude. I would post shorts. There's also a linking feature now where you can cut a section of a long form video out and post it as a short. And if you do that, the algorithm will connect the two and show people long form video when they log in on desktop after watching the short on their phone. So I don't think you have to do that conversion anymore, which is pretty cool. I had one of my best friends from home actually, Preston. I don't know if Preston's in here. Went from like 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers to like 150,000 subscribers in the last month from shorts, and driving from his shorts pushing to his long form videos. So pretty crazy. All right, mastering the craft. This is the third one. This is the last one. So questions I asked myself in 2022. So the beginning of this year, what videos did the audience enjoy the most? What videos did I enjoy the most? Which videos built the brand in a way I want the brand to be built? What is the team I need to make this sustainable? And how can I create these videos consistently? Similar questions, a little bit different from 2021, pretty similar. So now that I know what works, right? So now that I've established my formats, now that I've grinded out a bunch of videos, basically my goal was to create unbeatable quality and frequency at the exact same time for this past year. How do I do that? A few ways to do that. Invest in audio. Get better locations for videos, higher production quality, get more editors to make better videos, get more producers to produce better videos, get better cameras to film better videos. These are all ways that we sort of brainstormed that I could do or make these videos more successful in the year after. And I think when you read through these things, a lot of times, like that sounds really expensive. But you have to think through my perspective at this point. I probably have like 3 or 4 million subscribers, so I can sort of invest in this stuff. And the most important, like the way that I think about that type of stuff is like on YouTube, the most expensive thing you can possibly do is to not upload videos. It's an opportunity cost problem. So like this whole problem right here might cost, tens of thousands of dollars to fix, but the most expensive problem that I have on YouTube would be not making better videos. That's super expensive. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So this is my boy, Mr. Beast, good old Jimmy. He was the highest paid YouTuber in 2022. He made $54 million last year. So it's costing me and you $54 million to not be uploading videos and getting views, if that makes sense. So like, you have to think about it like that. Like, if you don't make better, instead of a victim mindset, it's like, instead of like, oh, that costs a lot of money, that's scary. It's like, okay, well, if I don't do that, it's literally costing me $50 million to not be doing it. You know what I mean? That's how I look at this. So I'm always investing in the channel. I'm always trying to make the videos as great as humanly possible, because I know the upside is so much greater than the fear of not spending the money or taking a risk on the channel. So you can see here, we did all those things. We implemented all that. We upped the quality. We have 100 dates in 24 hours, banger video, 100 dates. We had two episodes of that actually. I Trapped 25 Strangers in a Box. It's a remake of Big Brother. Try Not to Laugh IRL. These are all like actual TV episodic content. Like, that was a big thing we went after this year, was making literal like episodic content, which is cool. We also use shorts. So I made all these shorts. A lot of them bang. This one got 44 million views, 23 million views. These are actually out of date. 22 million views, 10 million views. We have a lot of shorts with like, I think we have some shorts with 50 million views. My recommendation on shorts is to not over index on them, to not do too many of them. So to post like 4 long form a month and 2 short forms a month. Like, the ratio is 2 to 1. So for every 1 long form video you post 2 shorts. So you're not like way over indexing and posting a ton of shorts. And my recommendation on that is based off of building a dedicated audience. Like, if you want people to actually short form content, you don't spend the amount of time necessary with an audience to develop an audience, right? Like, you do that by a long form content. So you need to be prioritizing long form content and using short form to assist you on that front, in my opinion. You also have to, like I said earlier, you have to be responsible for big moments on YouTube. So number one, I try to do one of these every year. The first one was I stranded myself on an island until I had 1 million subscribers. We went over that. That was in 2020. Last year, I did YouTuber Extreme Ping Pong Competition in 2021 with $120,000 cash prize. And then this year, we're doing the world's largest pizza at 10 million subscribers. Spam a pizza emoji in the chat if you're going to be there. If you're not going to be there, bruh. Yes, thank you for these pizza emojis. Okay, cool. So that, I think all of that stuff is super important. And that's pretty much it on this stuff. I'm going to answer questions in a second, but I'm going to get through the next stuff really quickly. Drum roll, please. Drum emoji. AF. Give me the most amount of drums. Give me an insane amount of drums. Yes. Hell yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now I give you, with all that information being said, how to continue to do these things. All right. 2023 memberships are live right now as I'm saying this. As I'm saying these words, we are pushing the live button on Creator Now, www.creatornow.com. The reason, I think that Creator Now, like everything that we just went over in that talk, my goal is to give you guys that every single day. We have talks like the one I just gave, like all the information, along with like 10 others that I've done, and then like 100 other creators have done 10 other talks. Like, there's just an insane amount of backlog information in there, and you'll continue to get access to stuff like this, which is so cool. And starting on January 2nd, you can gain exclusive access to these live workshops with the top creators every single week. Exclusive global community. So I've already told you guys, it's like the greatest community for aspiring creators on the internet. Personalized feedback on your videos. So someone like me will basically, like I do this every season, I'll go through and roast videos and basically give people specific feedback on their videos and how to help. I'm sure there was a ton of you guys in the chat that were asking for help on specific videos. And this is like the opportunity where myself or somebody else would sit down, like Hayden Hiller-Smith, one of the greatest editors on YouTube, will sit down and actually go through your video frame by frame and give you feedback on how to make it better and actually make it successful on YouTube. And then challenges and competitions to help you stay consistent on YouTube, which is probably the most important piece. So if you guys join before November 30th, which is in like 12 days, I think, if you join before November 30th, you'll get 30% off your annual membership as a founding member of the community. And a founding member gets a lifetime founding member tag inside of Creator Now. If you're not in Creator Now, you probably don't understand the value of this, but you'll basically get, I think it's super cool. It's like a permanent little like pin next to your name. That's like a founding member. You can only get it by basically joining before November 30th. Exclusive IRL events. So like, we probably have some photos of me. I don't know if we have them anywhere of like IRL meetups that we've done in the past. So we'll do exclusive founding member meetups where we get to hang out, talk about YouTube, go do something fun. And then exclusive founder member workshops. So if we get, you know, Jimmy or somebody crazy on a workshop, we'll probably close that down to just founding members. So that's the situation for founding members. And in addition, I do have this little QR code here, handy dandy. And if you scan that, in addition to the 30%, we're also going to give $100 off of additional scholarships to each of you guys. So this is only for this call that we're on right now. This is literally only for this call right now. So you can scan this. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a minute. If you scan it, sign up for Creator Now, you'll get $100 off of Creator Now in addition to the 30% off, which is super exciting. Guys, we're thankful for you guys being here. I appreciate you guys being a part of it. And I'm excited for you guys willing to invest in yourselves.